we haven't really talked since maybe Elon was doing the Twitter thing. It's been kind of in the last year, and I think we haven't talked over a year. But just your thoughts on Elon taking over Twitter. My perspective's changed a little bit on him. I had my kind of previous Tesla Elon perspective, but everything he's done since then, some of the things he's done that seem maybe that aren't in his best economic interests, but he's pushing forward like it's altruistic. But I don't know what to think. I'd love to get your take on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very confused. I don't know. Elon confuses me. It does seem like he's definitely posturing like he cares about free speech and bought Twitter to preserve free speech. And there are certainly examples of people coming back to Twitter and the conversation being more open, which I've experienced and have observed, which I like. And there's other things like the blue check verification, which Matt hates and he trolls me about because I have a blue check, but he wants to turn Twitter into x.com. And then he wants to make that like the WeChat of the West. And that does give me caution because unless he does it the right way, which I think would be incorporating Bitcoin in a non-custodial fashion in some way, would be the right way, but I'm not sure he's going to go down that path. I think there could be very draconian and Orwellian ways in which Twitter could go. Like we could be in the happy honeymoon phase where everybody's like, rah, rah, we're all getting our free speech. But if he incorporates all this financial, and payments functionality into it, and it comes with all the KYC AML BS we just talked about, it could end up not being what we thought it was going to be. This could be the honeymoon phase.
Yeah, what scares me about it is like he's done the altruism thing before, right? That's how he became the richest man in the world, was like, I'm going to save the planet making these green vehicles, these green electric cars, and got like all the environmentalists and progressives and all these people that want to, drive a fancy car that no one can afford, but it's going to save the planet. And that's how he made his fortune. And he was very much playing that card of like, I'm the good guy, right? Like I'm using capitalism to save the planet, and I'm going to make this product that's, going to help everybody. And then really like he's just making a luxury car. I don't know that he really cares about how green it is. He says that he does, but he's used that as kind of a vector to get into those people's pockets and gain that trust and then become, fabulously rich from it. So I just worry about Twitter and all the posturing that he's doing, because ultimately, like, I do like what he said lately. Like, he on that interview where he's like, I don't care or whatever. Like he did the Princess Bride quote where he's like, I don't care about these things. He had the interview with Robert Kennedy Jr. and he was like, I don't care about losing money or putting myself at risk with the Twitter files thing, which the Twitter files were awesome. Like, that's why I'm conflicted. I'm like, this is good stuff that you're doing, but I just have this nagging feeling because of his track record. I'm like, I don't know. Like he's done this kind of before. Like, where's it leading? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's, again, like it's there. Like I liked a lot of what I've seen out of Twitter. And again, what they're doing with the spaces, having DeSantis do his announcement, and then Bobby Kennedy yesterday with his long spaces, that's sort of been a forcing function for other platforms like YouTube and Facebook to become looser with their restrictions in terms of the conversation around election fraud and COVID. Like I noticed on Spotify, they took off all the COVID disclaimers that I've had on my show for over a year now. And so I think Twitter has certainly acted as a forcing function in that direction to force other platforms in the space to engender free speech on their platforms. But yeah, again, I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. Actually, I'm actually not even that optimistic, but I'm not optimistic. I think the pressure and the roadmap he's put forth at x.com particularly, I think that's where the signal is, like wanting to become the WeChat of the West, unless it's done in a way. And again, I am a Bitcoiner, but like I truly am, because I believe the only way to do this in a non-dystopian way is to enable peer-to-peer functions using Bitcoin. If we were to incorporate Bitcoin into it in that fashion and not have like a custodial wallet, I think that would be incredible. And I would eat crow and apologize for not being optimistic. But until that happens, I'm a bit pessimistic on the long term. But there are, again, honeymoon phase. There are some positive externalities that have come from the way he's operating so far.